For a while, yeah, for a while.
I didn't want to take your mic, that's all.
No, that's okay. You can point out.
Well, friends, good afternoon and welcome. We will begin shortly. Guys, it is okay for everyone to move a little bit closer for us. That would be appreciated if you would. Thank you.
like a dog without a bone and acting around right as I'm a stone. There's a killer on the road, his brain's burning like a toad. Take a long holiday, let the children play. If we give this man a ride, sweet family will die. Girl, you gotta love your man. Girl, you gotta love your man. Take him by the hand, make him understand. The world on you depends, our lives will never end. Right as I was stone.
Well, friends, good afternoon and welcome. We are Damien and Grant from Fulham Funerals, and it is our privilege to have been asked to help lead you during one part of our time of farewell for Buzzer today. It was an amazing look as we just drove down to the foreshore there to see hundreds of people, family, friends, community, gather together to come to say goodbye. So I guess I can use the words of local legend. We look around today and can just see there's people of all ages, young, old and middle-aged. Just so many people here to support one another, to say thank you to him for the life, the love, the times that you've shared with him. I might be making him sound a little bit soft there because I've been told that he was a man's man, he loved the ocean, he was a storyteller, but he had time for everyone. That's just touching on a few things because I've got the chance to share the eulogy with you soon. But friends, it is all of those things, all of those pieces that are made up Buzzer, the person, the character that you know, that bring us together to say farewell to him today. Friends, in doing that, and we've all been a little part already, we met at the foreshore, made the trip around the ocean that he loved, already heard some music that he enjoyed. Not many people have a plane fly over to say farewell to us either. So that's a beautiful touch. But my part here today is to share the eulogy that Sophie and the family have lovingly put together. To share some words of farewell. And as we've read, there's an invitation then back to the footy club. We're in a lighter setting. There's a chance for speeches and to talk proudly of the man that you love. So friends, as I've mentioned, on behalf of Sophie, Jessie, Eliza, Jed and the entire family, We thank you all, so many of you, for being here to come to support them and their families and say farewell to them. So friends, we are gathered here today to mark the ending of Buzz's life, who was known, loved and remembered by all of you. In many ways he did touch your lives, and in many ways he will be remembered. Because he was a major part in many of your lives, his death does bring a sense of loss. And friends, that is why we are here together today, to support one another, each according to the measure of his or her own personal merits. So as I said, the reason that we are here is to remember and to reflect on the journey of Buzzer Sheridan's life. So friends, we are here today to say goodbye to a great bloke, Buzzer Sheridan. A true islander, a fourth generation fisherman, and one of Kangaroo Island's real characters. His roots go all the way back to Blackjack Sheridan, the island's last so-called pirate. And let's be honest, Buzzer had a bit of that rogue spirit in him too. He was born in 1962 to Peter and Margaret, and he grew up in Kingscote with his sisters Joanne and Robin and his younger brother Paul. Plus what felt like half of the neighbours' kids as well. Life then was all bikes, tidal pools, and long days down at the jetty. It was a great time to be a kid. Buzzer lost his mum when he was just 12. And as you can imagine, that's a huge blow. But the community wrapped around the family, and he has never, ever forgotten. Life wasn't always easy, but Buzzer made it work. He was tough, resilient, and already learning what it was meant to be like to look out for yourself and to look out for others. He left school after year 11 and tried his hand at farming. But as many of you, as you all know, it was the sea that truly called him. Crayfishing wasn't just a job, it was what he was built for. He started out on the Filvina, and that kicked off 44 seasons on the water. He never missed one, not a single one. And there were more boats than you could name. As someone said, if you spent any time working the waters around the island, you probably fished with Buzzer, shared a beer, got caught in one of his yarns, or found yourself bombed out with him. One stormy night when the weather kept them off the water, Buzzer and the crew headed into the Queen. And that's where he met Sophie. From that night on, everything changed. Buzzer changed Sophie's life, and in return, she gave him a family. Together they've raised 3 children, Jessie, Eliza and Jed. And the family grew with son-in-laws Kason and Jake. And the most precious gift of all, their 3 beautiful grandchildren. In the late 90s, Buzzer bought the Rossandra, his pride and joy. He always had crew lined up. He gave people a go. He knew the rocks were like no one. He knew the rocks like no one else. He had a feel for the water that you just can't teach. But Buzzer wasn't just a fisherman. He was a storyteller, one of the best. The kind of bloke who would always have you laughing at one of his many stories. Every crew has wild yarns about fishing with him. Most of them true? Maybe some of them are probably true. Sure, he missed a few birthdays and family dues. The sea has its demands. But he never stopped being proud of his kids and the life they were building. And when the grad kids came along, he just loved being a grandpa and a bit of a softie. And he always did that with a grin. Friends, Buzzer wasn't flashy and he wasn't perfect, but he was real. He worked hard, he helped others, and he never ever forgot where he came from. We've lost a good one. A husband, a father, grandfather, brother, uncle, and a great mate. And one hell of a storyteller. Rest easy, Buzzer. You've earned it. The ocean's a little quieter now. I thank Sophie for allowing me to share that with all of you, Buzzer's friends, today. So friends, there we've just touched on his life, his love, his personality, the person that you all knew and respected and loved. I'm sure there's thousands of stories people could share today. We're just going to pause for a few moments now and ask you to reflect on them while we're led through another piece of music chosen for today.
In a Hollywood, in a redwood, across the ocean for a heart of gold. It's been in my mind These expressions I never live keeps me searching for a heart of gold, and I'm getting old.
Friends, it is in times of sorrow, as also in times of great joy, that we do deeply feel a need for sharing. Shared laughter does heighten our enjoyment, and shared tears make more enduring our comfort. We are here together today because we do experience a sense of loss which Buzz's death has brought. Today we experience together the things that call to mind the deepest pains and the greatest gains. Fear of not being encouraged to be. It is natural that we do experience loneliness. But what is wonderful are the amazing memories that he's left with. Friends, in difficult times in our life, it is instinctive that we do try to avoid any pain. But often that pain is the path to our own personal healing. To refuse to accept any hurt or loss does postpone our healing. So that's why it is encouraged that in the sensitivity and concern of your surrounding friends and your true loved ones, take the opportunity to express your feelings, whatever they may be. Because that is the way that with understanding your words would be heard, and with caring your feelings would be accepted in the context of realism. In a community encircled with your dearest friends and your true loved ones. To your own selves being true, the difficulties of these days will pass. But life with obviously a slightly different meaning will be resumed. So friends, shortly it will be time for me to share with you our words of committal, our words of farewell for Buzzy today. And I asked Sophie during the week if it would be right that we share a little prayer together. And then when you look, there's a prayer called the Fisherman's Prayer. And from that, been created a prayer for Buzzy. So I share this prayer now, and then it will be time for us to say our final words of farewell. We thank you, Buzzer, whose hands knew the tides like old friends, and whose heart beat with the rhythm of the ocean. For 43 years he braved the swells, guided by stars and instinct, pulling pots at dawn, chasing red gold in the deep blue silence. Bless the waters he knew so well, the rocky coasts and the secret lanes, where lobsters scuttled and dreams were cast. Grant him now calm seas and fair winds, a boat that never leaks, and time to rest in your heart. Where the pots are full and the storms have passed, let those who loved him find peace in his legacy, in the salt on their skin, the stories at the pub, and the cry of the gulls overhead. Amen. Friends, I share with you the words of farewell. And during this time, his coffin will be lowered slightly as a sign of farewell in our hearts and our minds today. To the elements today, we do now give the body of your love. Buzz's life has made its contribution, and we are glad he was among us and walked in our company. His life we honour, and his memory will always be a part of it. But today we do now leave him here in peace, as we go on our way with concern and affection for one another, as he would have wanted. So friends, it is now with love in our hearts today that we do commit the body of Buzzer Sheridan to the elders. With deep reverence for his body as a temple during life, of a much-loved personality. And now, through the purifying processes of nature, his body will be transformed to the more simple and ultimate elements of our universe. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, and dust to dust. May he rest here peacefully. Friends, as we do conclude this formal part of our time together, let us remember that Buzzer as a human being was composed of the same mixtures of inspiration and error, strength, weakness, laughter and sorrow as all of us. For all the good, kind and wonderful things he did accomplish, we do give our grateful thanks. But above all, may you now be able to keep him in your hearts and your memories with love and without regret. Rest peacefully, Buzzer, and thank you. Friends, again, thank you all very much for being here and showing your support to Sophie and the entire family. To conclude our time here at the graveside, there's an opportunity for all of you, his family, his friends, if you would like the chance to come forward and take a moment to say your own personal farewell by sprinkling some of the island sand that's been collected here. I had to ask the question earlier about the pot. He did cook in that pot. It was his favourite one, but it's still going home. So everything here today has a message and a reason, and has been a little part of his life. So friends, thank you for being here and showing your support. After our time to pay farewells here, as I've mentioned, there's an opportunity again to gather in a less formal manner down at the footy club. Well, there'll be some speeches and there's a bit of his memorabilia and that there to continue the day. So thank you very much for being here and showing your support.
Right. Good mate, mate. As are you? How would it be? It was going to be. Much love for you. At the best of times. Lexi, how you going, buddy?
Well, on you depends, our lives will never rise up the storm. Riders of the storm, riders of the storm. To this house we're born, to this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone and a animal. Riders of the storm. There's a killer on the road. His brain is squirming like a toad. Take a long holiday. Let the children play. you give this man a ride, sweet family goodbye. Killer on the girl, you gotta love your man. Girl, you gotta love your man. Take him by the hand, make him understand. The world on you depends, our lives will never end. There's a killer on the road, brain is squirming like a toad. Take care of holiday, let me children play. If you give this man a ride, sweet family goodbye. Killer on the road. Yeah. Riders of the storm, to this house we're born, to this world we're from. Like a dog without a bone and like your animal. Riders of the storm. Riders on the storm, riders on the storm, riders on the storm, riders on the storm.
Well,